Ever since the release of Chapter 8 of Boruto 2 Vortex, everyone has been scrambling to find out what's going on with Himawari. Did she actually revive Kurama? Did she become the Jinchuriki of all the tailed beasts? Or did she herself become a tailed beast? You see, this all stems from Jura, one of the shinju beings, stating that he sensed tailed beast chakra within Himawari's body, to the point where he thought she was Naruto Uzumaki, which is what led him to the village. This led everyone to declare that the fan theory about Himawari being the one to revive Kurama is now true. But is it? You see, I believe that this goes far beyond Kurama. It more so has to do with what happened to Kaguya's chakra after she herself became a tailed beast. To understand what I mean by this, we need to go back to chapter 690 of Naruto's manga, when Kaguya herself transformed into the Gedo statue. This left many viewers confused, since Kaguya herself is a completely separate entity from the Ten Tails. So if anything, the Ten Tails should have been extracted from her body as well, as was the case for the other Biju and Madara's body. Yet what ended up happening is that not only did Kaguya transform into the Gedo statue, that being the body of the Ten Tails, she was also sealed alongside it. Now this might seem like it shouldn't make sense, but it does, and it also explains what is happening to Himawari's body. Hats off to TXNIS for inspiring the idea, by the way. You see, this all ties into Kaguya's backstory, which is that she came to the planet with Ishiki Otsutsuki. She then betrayed him, stole the chakra food for herself, and later had 2 children. This should be familiar to everyone, so there's no need to fully recap the story itself. What's important to point out is that Hagoromo and Hamura didn't actually fight Kaguya as depicted in the anime. In fact, they didn't actually seal Kaguya on the moon. Well, they actually did, but it's a bit more complicated. You see, as stated by Black Zetsu in chapter 681, Ten Tails isn't just the divine tree, it's Kaguya herself as well. So when the Ten Tails attacked Hagoromo and Hamura, it wasn't the divine tree's incarnation trying to reclaim its chakra fruit. It was actually Kaguya's will attempting to take back the chakra that was dispersed into her 2 children. He even mentioned that Hagoromo himself didn't know this truth, which refers back to him telling Naruto that they had battled the Ten Tails, which was the incarnation of the divine tree. This simply means that Hagoromo didn't know that Kaguya had merged with the Ten Tails, nor that he was actually battling his own mother. He actually thought it was just a mindless beast trying to reclaim the power taken from its chakra fruit, which the 2 brothers now possessed. By the way, this is backed up by the fact that it's stated by Hagoromo himself that they battled the Ten Tails to atone for the crimes Kaguya left behind, which means that Kaguya wasn't even present at that time. So this directly contradicts the story told in the anime, so I would recommend writing that off as filler. With that said, the point of all of this is to show that instead of being consumed by the Ten Tails, Kaguya found a way to merge with the Ten Tails instead. This led to Kaguya awakening her own unique Biju form, which pretty much manifested in the form of a giant rabbit. In fact, she became the 10th tail of the Ten Tails, as shown when all of the Biju was extracted from the host body. So this explains why in Naruto the Last, it's stated that Hamura stayed on the moon to guard the Ten Tails, not Kaguya, because they didn't know that Kaguya was also the Ten Tails, which by the way is backed up by this databook statement. So in a sense, this all adds up to Kaguya's chakra being the same as a Biju's chakra, because not only did she consume its chakra fruit, she also merged with the Ten Tails and became a Biju herself. With that said, how does this explain Himawari's hidden power and her somehow having Tail Beast chakra? Well, I believe that not only did Himawari inherit the Tail Beast power from Naruto, but she also awakened Kaguya's chakra as well, which is insane to think about. Well, you know what's also insane? 82% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are enjoying the content, hit the like and subscribe button so the algorithm knows that it should recommend it to others. With that said, if you guys follow the canon version of the story, which is obviously the manga, the brothers went their separate ways after sealing away the Ten Tails. Hamura decided to guard the Ten Tails on the newly created moon, while Hagoromo remained on the planet to later share his chakra with the other humans. However, this chakra was later used by said humans to wage war amongst each other and resulted in the formations of clans who shared a similar bloodline trait as a result of that chakra. The most prominent of all being the Senju and Uchiha, who are direct descendants of Hagoromo's bloodline through his own 2 sons. Now, while it's never truly explained how this happened, the Hyuga clan members are all descendants of Hamura, who went to the moon at the end of the battle with the the Ten Tails, as are the members of the Neo Suzuki clan on the moon itself. I say all of this to establish a chakra link between every human who uses chakra and Kaguya herself, since all chakra originated from Kaguya. So Naruto being an Uzumaki makes him a descendant of Hagoromo, since they are cousins of the Senju and share a similar bloodline trait. This means that at a deeper level, Naruto possesses the chakra of Hagoromo himself, along with being the reincarnation of Hagoromo's son, known as Ashura, while Hinata, being of the Hyuga clan, possesses the chakra of Hamura, the brother of Hagoromo. And we also have to remember that not only does Naruto possess Hagoromo's chakra by way of being his descendant, he also got some of that chakra from Hagoromo during the war. This is all relevant since Naruto and Hinata are both the parents of Boruto and Himawari, which means that they both share the chakra of Hinata and Naruto, thus sharing the chakra of Hagoromo and Hamura. But what exactly does this mean? Well, if you go by the logic established in the series, in order to truly awaken the power of Hagoromo's chakra, one must combine the chakras of his two sons, Ashura and Indra. And because Hashirama and Madara were the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, Madara was able to awaken Hagoromo's chakra, thus awakening the Renegon by grafting Hashirama's cells into his own wounds. The precedent set here is that you can awaken the chakra of the parent by combining the chakra of their children. What this means is that Kaguya's chakra would awaken within Boruto and Himawari, since they both now possess the chakra of both her sons. Now, similar to how Naruto and Sasuke was able to meet Hagoromo and gain power from him by unlocking this chakra, this could be the same for Boruto and Himawari as well, but this time they would be meeting Kaguya instead. And yes, I know Kaguya is stated to be dead in Boruto's databook, but that never stopped Hagoromo, who was also dead. Now, putting aside meeting spiritual entities, Kaguya's power itself is already within these characters, but it seems to be affecting them in different ways. I say this because Daemon in chapter 76 called Boruto himself weak, but was later shocked by the power he sensed within Himawari, to the point where he thought she could easily dodge his attack. We have to remember that Daemon is one of the cyborgs stated to be stronger than Jigen, who was stronger than full power Naruto and Sasuke. No Limiter Code, who is also stated to be far stronger than Jigen himself, was also beaten by this same Daemon, which means that he's actually a few tiers above Jigen as well. This same overpowered character thought the intensity of the power he sensed within Himawari was strong enough to not only just dodge his attack, but to do it with ease. What this simply means is that just like Indra, Himawari naturally inherited most of the powerful chakra gained from Naruto and Hinata, which we deduced earlier would awaken Kaguya's chakra, while Boruto, who is 100% Otsutsuki, is stated to be weak by this same Daemon, which means that Boruto is more so like Ashura, who will awaken his true power later on down the line. And this parallel makes perfect sense because just like Indra, who was the brother who inherited Hagoromo's dojutsu abilities, Himawari is also the child who inherited the Byakugan while Boruto did not. Now of course we later found out that Toneri did something to Boruto which sped up the process of him awakening the Jogan, but this is more so in line with the power he awakens down the line, similar to Ashura. Speaking of dojutsus, what about the Tenseigan? Well, there are only two characters in Naruto who ever used that dojutsu. The first one was Hamura, the son of Kaguya, and Toneri, who was a descendant of Hamura himself. You see, while Hamura naturally awakened the Tenseigan later on in life, Toneri had to engineer the process. He did this by stealing the Byakugan of Hanabi Hyuga, the sister of Hinata. And per his statements, those Byakugan synchronizing with his chakra would awaken the Tenseigan. Now this does beg the question. Why would Toneri awaken the Tenseigan using Hanabi's eyes and not Hanabi herself? Why hasn't a single Hyuga awakened the Tenseigan but Toneri could using their eyes? Well, let's clarify one thing. Toneri isn't a full-blooded Otsutsuki. He's a descendant of Hamura just like Hinata and the Hyuga. He has the Otsutsuki name because that's what Hamura named his clan on the moon, unlike his descendants on the planet who adopted the name Hyuga. So the reason why Toneri awakened the Tenseigan is by combining the chakra of Hamura's two bloodlines, similar to how he can awaken Hagoromo's Renegon by combining the chakra of his two sons. You see, as I mentioned earlier, the Hyuga clan and the Otsutsuki clan on the moon are both descendants of Hamura, which means in all likelihood Hamura also had two children. One remained on Earth, thus the Hyuga lineage on the planet, and the other remained on the moon, thus the aforementioned Otsutsuki clan lineage. What this could mean is that similar to how Indra and Ashura both gained half of Hagoromo's powers, with Indra gaining the dojutsu prowess and Ashura possessing the strong body / physical energy, the same could be said for the sons of Hamura. The one who stayed on the moon got the powerful chakra/physical body or physical energy along with weak eyes, while the one who remained on the planet got the potent dojutsu capabilities but possessed weak chakra/physical energy. Toneri, by implanting Anabi's eyes into his own eye sockets and having it synchronized with his powerful chakra, then merged the two bloodlines, which awakened Hamura's chakra, thus awakening the Tenseigan. This of course leads us back to Himawari, since she strongly inherited the dojutsu prowess of the Hyuga clan bloodline and now possesses the chakra of Kaguya, which was done through the combination of Hinata and Naruto, who are descendants of Hamura and Hagoromo. Now it doesn't actually end there, because not only did she inherit this pseudo form of Kaguya's chakra, she likely manifested Kaguya's presence as well. You see, unlike Boruto, who inherited some recessive traits due to incomplete penetrance, which resulted in the Jogan's manifestation, I believe that Himawari also inherited the chakra of all the tailed beasts that resided within Naruto. So in this case, it wasn't just a combination of Hamura and Hagoromo's chakra, but also that of the 9 Biju as well, which resulted in the manifestation of Kaguya herself. By the way, this makes perfect sense, since back in Naruto, Hagoromo explained that the lower body of Madara, after he became the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, then contained the chakra of the 9 Biju, Indra, and Ashura. He was only able to emerge like he did because all of their chakra was now one. So using that same logic or same mechanic, Kaguya emerging within someone who has the chakra of her 2 sons and the 9 Biju isn't far-fetched. In fact, someone being born or conceived with all of those factors in play could end up being the reincarnation of Kaguya herself, thus possessing aspects of her soul. This would explain why Himawari's personality changes whenever she taps into that power. It's almost as if she becomes a different person altogether. She doesn't even remember the events that takes place while she's under this influence. And that's because she does become a different person, more confident, indifferent, and cold, just like Kaguya. This is funny because this was actually foreshadowed back in chapter 692 when Hagoromo told Naruto that he suspects that Kaguya's personality changed after she consumed the chakra fruit, and also that he hopes Naruto doesn't become like Kaguya even with the chakra of all the 9 Biju. So instead of Naruto becoming like Kaguya, his daughter inherited that trait instead. Now, I'm not saying that Himawari has all the abilities of Kaguya or that she's gonna manifest a Reni Sharingan, but she might be the vehicle by which Kaguya returns to the story. And we might also see her manifest Kaguya's Biju rabbit form, or she gets one of her own. Now, some of you might argue that this shouldn't put Himawari above Jigen or on Damon's level, but chakra does mutate and get stronger over time. So power clipping Himawari using this method is likely the best route to take.